Have you ever said something in anger that you wished you could take back? Maybe it was one heated moment, one burst of frustration, and suddenly a relationship cracked, an opportunity vanished, or a door closed forever. We all know that feeling, our hearts racing, our blood boiling, and our voice rising as if anger itself has taken the steering wheel of our lives. In that instant, we feel powerful, unstoppable, even justified. But once the storm passes, we're left with nothing but regret, broken trust, and the heavy weight of consequences that can't be undone. Anger is one of the most dangerous emotions we carry. It's not always loud, it doesn't always scream or slam doors. Sometimes it's silent, boiling inside, eating away at our peace, destroying us from within. And yet many of us walk through life without realizing how much power we give away when we let anger control us. It might feel like strength in the moment, but in truth, anger is weakness, because the person who can make you angry controls you. Think about it. How many brilliant minds have been clouded by a single outburst? How many talented people have lost jobs, broken marriages, ruined friendships, or missed opportunities because they couldn't keep their temper under control? History, business, sports, all are filled with stories of people who had everything, yet lost it all because of one thing: uncontrolled anger. And on the other side, the most successful leaders, entrepreneurs, and champions share a common secret. They master their emotions before their emotions master them. When you let anger take over, you're not just hurting others, you're hurting yourself. Stress, high blood pressure, lack of focus, restless nights, and poor decisions all grow from anger. It's like drinking poison and expecting the other person to suffer. But here's the truth. The longer you hold on to anger, the more it holds on to you. But here's the good news. Anger is not your enemy. It's simply a signal, an alarm telling you something is wrong. The real problem is not anger itself, but how we handle it. If you can control your anger, you don't just avoid conflict, you gain clarity, strength, and peace. You gain the ability to respond, not just react. You become untouchable, unshakable, and unstoppable. Imagine this. You're in a heated situation, people are shouting, pressure is rising, but instead of exploding, you stay calm, collected, and in control. Everyone else loses balance, but you stand strong. That is true power. That is the difference between those who win and those who self-destruct. This is why learning to control your anger is not just a lesson, it's a life skill. In the next parts of this video, we're going to dive deep into the reasons why controlling your anger could save your relationships, protect your health, secure your success, and bring you peace of mind. Because at the end of the day, mastering anger isn't just about being calm, it's about taking back your life. So ask yourself, do you want anger to control you, or do you want to control your destiny? Part 1. Anger destroys relationships. Relationships are fragile. They are built on trust, respect, and communication. 3 pillars that take years to strengthen, but only seconds to shatter. And nothing breaks them faster than uncontrolled anger. Think about the last time you were angry with someone you cared about. Maybe you raised your voice. Maybe you said something you didn't mean. Maybe you slammed a door and walked away. In that moment, it felt like release. But afterward, when the dust settled, what remained? Regret, guilt, a silent gap between you and the person you love. Words spoken in anger are like arrows shot from a bow. Once they leave, you can't call them back. You may apologize, you may try to explain, but deep down, the wound has already been made. Anger creates scars on the heart, scars that don't always heal easily. A single outburst can damage years of connection. Families stop talking, friendships end, Couples drift apart, all because anger was allowed to win. Consider how many relationships could have been saved if someone chose calm instead of rage. A father who yells at his child instead of listening. A friend who lashes out instead of forgiving. A partner who accuses instead of understanding. Each of these moments becomes a crack in the foundation. Over time, those cracks turn into breaks. Now ask yourself, is one moment of anger worth losing someone who truly matters to you? Is it worth losing the people who stand by your side, who support you, who love you? The answer is always no. Yet time and time again, we let emotions speak louder than love. Strong people are not the ones who can shout the loudest in an argument. They are the ones who can hold their tongue when every part of them wants to explode. Real strength is not in raising your voice, but in controlling it. By staying calm, you protect the bond instead of destroying it. Every time you feel anger rising in your relationships, pause. Breathe. Remind yourself, this person is more important than this argument. Protect the bond, because once it's broken, it may never be the same again. Controlling your anger doesn't make you weak, it makes you wise. And wisdom is what keeps relationships alive. Because at the end of the day, relationships are not destroyed by the big things, they are destroyed by small bursts of anger that pile up. Master your anger, and you will master the art of keeping the people you love. Part 2. Anger weakens your mind. Your mind is your greatest weapon. It's the engine that drives your decisions, the compass that guides your future, the shield that protects you from failure. But when anger takes over, that powerful mind becomes clouded, unstable, and weak. Anger doesn't just make you lose control of your emotions, it makes you lose control of your judgment. Think about how many times people have made life-changing mistakes simply because they acted in anger. Someone quits a job in a burst of rage and later struggles with regret. Someone ends a relationship in a heated moment only to wish for another chance. Someone makes a reckless decision, whether it's walking away from a golden opportunity or starting a fight that didn't need to happen simply because anger hijacked their thinking. When you're angry, your brain is not working at full strength. Science proves it. Anger activates the emotional part of your brain and shuts down the logical part. In that state, you're not thinking clearly, you're reacting blindly. That's why people often say, I wasn't myself when I was angry. And their right anger makes you someone else, someone you often don't even recognize afterward. But here's the truth. If you can't control your anger will control your decisions. And when anger makes your decisions, regret is the only outcome. The strongest minds are not the ones that never feel anger. They are the ones that feel it, but don't let it dictate their actions. They know that calmness brings clarity, and clarity brings power. Look at great leaders, athletes, or successful entrepreneurs. What sets them apart is not just skill, it's their ability to think clearly under pressure when others are losing their heads. Imagine being in a conflict, everyone around you shouting, emotions running high. If you stay calm, your mind remains sharp. You see opportunities others miss. You find solutions others can't. While others are blinded by rage, you're guided by vision. That is true strength, not giving in to anger, but rising above it. Next time anger rises, remind yourself, this is the moment my enemy wants me to lose. This is the moment life is testing my control. Don't let anger make you weak. Protect your mind, because your mind is your greatest power. If you master your mind, you master your future. Part 3. Anger damages your health. Your health is your true wealth. You can earn money, build a career, and chase success, but none of it matters if your body and mind are breaking down. And one of the fastest ways to destroy your health is uncontrolled anger. Think about it. What happens when you get angry? Your heart rate spikes, your blood pressure rises, your breathing becomes shallow, and your body goes into fight or flight mode. It's as if your body thinks it's in danger, even when the threat is only words or emotions. Staying in this state for a few minutes is stressful enough, but living in anger day after day, that's a slow death. Doctors have proven that anger is directly linked to heart disease, high blood pressure, weakened immunity, headaches, and even strokes. People who carry anger inside them, whether it's explosive outbursts or silent resentment, are constantly draining their own life energy. They age faster, sleep worse, and struggle with mental health issues like anxiety and depression. Anger doesn't just steal your peace, it steals your years. Think of someone who is constantly angry. Their face looks tense, their body is restless, and their mood is always heavy. Now think of someone calm and composed. Their energy feels lighter, their presence more peaceful. Who do you think will live longer, stronger, and healthier? The answer is obvious. But here's the bigger truth. Every time you choose anger, you're choosing to harm yourself more than anyone else. The person you're angry at might walk away unaffected, but your body carries the damage. It's like holding a burning coal in your hand, hoping to throw it at someone else only to realize the one getting burned is you. If you truly value your life, your dreams, and your future, you must protect your health. And protecting your health means protecting yourself from unnecessary anger. Learn to breathe when rage rises. Walk away when your blood starts boiling. Choose peace not just for others,
but for your own survival. Because at the end of the day, what's the point of success, wealth, or even relationships if anger steals your health? Master your temper, and you'll not only protect your mind, you'll protect the very foundation of your life, your body. Part 4. Anger makes you easy to control. Here's a truth most people never realize. The moment you lose your temper, you lose your power. When anger takes over, you think you're in control, but in reality, you're being controlled. And the most dangerous part? Other people can use your anger against you. Think about it. How easy is it to provoke someone who is short-tempered? All it takes is a few words, a small insult, or a bit of pressure, and suddenly they're exploding. Their emotions spill out, their judgment disappears, and they become predictable. That predictability makes them weak. Enemies, competitors, even manipulative friends or colleagues know this. They know your anger is a button they can press any time to make you act against yourself. History and everyday life are full of examples. Athletes lose games because they get angry and foul out. Business people lose deals because they react instead of staying professional. Students fail exams or lose opportunities because they can't handle frustration. In every case, it's not the challenge that defeated them, it's their own anger. Now, think about the opposite. A calm person in the same situation doesn't give away their power. People may try to provoke them, but instead of reacting, they respond with patience, intelligence, and control. That calmness frustrates their enemies and earns them respect. In fact, nothing disarms someone trying to provoke you more than your ability to stay calm. Here's the powerful shift: when you control your anger, you control the situation. You can't stop people from trying to push your buttons, but you can refuse to let them succeed. By staying calm, you send a clear message: you don't control me. I control myself. That's real strength. Imagine this in your own life. Someone insults you, someone cuts you off in traffic, someone disrespects you at work. Your anger wants to rise, but instead of exploding, you smile, you breathe, and you keep moving. You've just shown that you are untouchable. You've just proven that no one, not even your enemies, can control your emotions. The world will always test you. People will always try to provoke you. But the strongest person in the room is not the loudest, it's the one who cannot be moved by anger. Stay calm, and you'll stay in control. Part 5. Anger blocks success. Success is not only about talent, hard work, or intelligence, it's about discipline and emotional control. You can have all the skills in the world, but if you can't control your temper, you will eventually sabotage yourself. Anger is a barrier between you and your goals, a silent destroyer of opportunities. Think about it. How many people have ruined job interviews, business meetings, or leadership roles because they couldn't manage their emotions? One angry reaction to criticism, one harsh outburst in front of the wrong person, one impulsive decision made in frustration, and suddenly years of effort collapse. Success doesn't slip away because of a lack of ability, it slips away because of a lack of self-control. Look at the most successful leaders, athletes, and entrepreneurs. What separates them from the rest is not that they never feel anger, it's that they never let anger dictate their actions. A CEO facing an aggressive investor doesn't slam the table, they listen, respond, and turn the situation in their favor. A champion athlete doesn't waste energy yelling at referees, they channel their emotions into focus and performance. A strong entrepreneur doesn't let a setback push them into rage, they use the failure as fuel to rise higher. On the other hand, anger blinds you. It makes you miss solutions that are right in front of you. It narrows your vision so much that you see only the problem, not the opportunity. Success requires patience, strategy, and clarity, 3 things anger will always steal from you. Imagine trying to climb a mountain while carrying a heavy backpack filled with rocks. That's what pursuing success with uncontrolled anger looks like. Every step becomes harder, slower, and more painful. But the moment you drop that weight, when you choose calmness over rage, you climb faster, clearer, and stronger. Here's the truth, opportunities are attracted to calm, disciplined minds. No one wants to follow a leader who loses their temper. No one trusts a professional who can't control their emotions. No one invests in someone unpredictable. If you want success, you must prove that you can stay steady when life tests you. So the next time anger rises, ask yourself, do I want to win the moment, or do I want to win the future? Winning the moment may feel good, but it costs you opportunities. Winning the future requires self-control. And those who control their anger don't just build success, they keep it. Part 6. Anger prevents inner peace. At the end of the day, beyond money, beyond success, beyond recognition, what every human being truly wants is peace of mind. A calm heart, a restful sleep, a life free from constant stress. But anger is the thief that steals this peace. Think about how you feel after an outburst. Your chest is tight, your mind replays the situation over and over, and instead of moving forward, you're stuck in the moment. You lie awake at night thinking of what was said, what was done, and how you should have responded. Anger doesn't just live in the moment, it lingers. It keeps you chained to negativity long after the event is over. Some people carry anger for days, months, even years. They replay old arguments, hold grudges, and let resentment poison their thoughts. The problem is, while they're busy holding on to anger,
they're losing the chance to feel peace. Their mind becomes a battlefield, their heart becomes heavy, and their spirit grows restless. Now ask yourself, what is the value of winning an argument if it costs you your peace? What's the point of proving someone wrong if you're the one losing sleep? Anger may give you a temporary sense of power, but peace gives you lasting strength. Peace is not about avoiding problems, it's about handling them without letting them destroy you inside. Imagine being in a conflict but keeping your calm. Imagine someone trying to provoke you, and instead of reacting, you smile and walk away. That feeling of control, that lightness in your chest, that is peace. And no amount of anger can give you that. When you choose peace over anger, you protect your mind from stress, your body from illness, and your soul from heaviness. You stop letting others dictate how you feel and start living with freedom. That's why the wisest people in history, from philosophers to spiritual leaders, have always taught that self-control is the key to happiness. Anger is noise, but peace is power. One will keep you restless, the other will keep you strong. The choice is always yours. Will you hold on to anger and live in chaos, or will you let it go and live in peace? Remember this: success may build your future, but peace will make it worth living. And peace is only possible when you learn to control your anger. Part 7. Anger destroys your reputation. Reputation is one of the most valuable things you will ever own. It's the invisible currency that determines how people see you, trust you, and remember you. A strong reputation can open doors that skills alone cannot, while a damaged one can close opportunities forever. And one of the fastest ways to ruin your reputation is uncontrolled anger. Think about it. People rarely forget an angry outburst. They may forgive you, they may move on, but the memory of your reaction stays in their mind. A single moment of rage can overshadow years of hard work and good character. You might be brilliant at your job, kind in most situations, and talented beyond measure, but if you're known as someone who loses control, that reputation sticks. Leaders, professionals, even everyday people are judged not just by what they achieve, but by how they behave under pressure. If you explode at small challenges, people will doubt your ability to handle big ones. If you yell at colleagues, they'll hesitate to trust you. If you lash out in public, others will think twice before associating their name with yours. Now, imagine the opposite. A person who stays calm when provoked earns respect immediately. People say, "He doesn't lose his cool. She can handle anything." That kind of reputation attracts trust, leadership, and opportunities. Because in a world full of chaos, people are drawn to those who remain steady. The truth is, your reputation is always being written. Every word you speak, every reaction you give, every outburst or act of self-control adds to your story. Anger writes chapters you'll wish you could erase. And sometimes, no matter how much you try, the world won't forget. Think of public figures, athletes, or leaders who destroyed years of credibility with one angry moment caught on camera. Their image was forever changed, not because of their talent, but because of their lack of control. Don't let that happen to you. When you feel anger rising, ask yourself, what story am I writing right now? What reputation am I building? Every calm response adds respect to your name, while every angry explosion takes it away. Protect your reputation because it's more powerful than money, more lasting than success, and more valuable than almost anything else you own. And the easiest way to protect it is to control your anger. Anger is one of the most powerful emotions we feel, but it's also one of the most dangerous. Throughout this journey, you've seen how uncontrolled anger destroys relationships, weakens the mind, damages health, makes you easy to manipulate, blocks your success, and steals your peace of mind. The truth is clear. Anger doesn't just hurt others, it hurts you the most. Think back to moments in your life when anger got the best of you. Maybe it was a fight with a loved one, a mistake at work, or a decision you still regret. In that moment, anger felt like strength. But looking back, did it make you stronger? Or did it leave you wishing you had chosen calm instead? That's the painful reality of anger. It tricks you into believing you're winning when in fact you're losing the very things that matter most. But here's the good news. You are not powerless. Anger is not your master. It's your signal. It's your body telling you something feels wrong. The real question is not whether you feel anger, but whether you can control it. Winners feel anger just like everyone else, but they refuse to let it dictate their choices. They pause, they breathe, they think, and then they respond with wisdom. That's why they rise above the rest, because they don't let emotions hijack their destiny. Imagine what your life would look like if you mastered this skill. Your relationships would grow stronger because you'd choose love over outbursts. Your mind would stay sharp, making better decisions even under pressure. Your body would feel lighter and healthier without the constant stress. People would respect you more, knowing that you are calm, stable, and unshakable. And most importantly, you would carry peace within yourself, a peace no one can take away. The next time you feel anger boiling inside you, remember this: you are being tested. Life is asking, are you strong enough to stay calm when others lose control? Every outburst is a chance to fail that test, but every moment of self-control is a chance to win. Don't give away your power. Don't let anger decide your future. Instead, rise above. Take a deep breath. Remind yourself that calmness is not weakness, it's mastery. Silence is not surrender, it's wisdom. Walking away is not losing. It's choosing victory over chaos. At the end of the day, anger will always knock on your door, but you don't have to let it inside. You have the power to control it, to transform it, and to use it as fuel for growth. Master your anger and you'll master your life. So I leave you with this challenge. The next time anger rises, don't let it control you. Prove to yourself that you are stronger than your emotions. Because when you control your anger, you don't just protect your relationships, your health, and your success, you protect your destiny. And that is the true power of self-mastery.